Howdy, folks, and welcome to the Season 1 finale of She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. Episode 13, The Battle of Bright Moon. And, folks, this show's just been getting better and better. Every episode is a new peak, if you will. I hope that how I felt about episode 12 wasn't considered like a hot take, given how, as of right now, episode 11 is the most recent episode that's hit the main feed. And it's been, the response to that one's been incredible, to be honest. Views are about the same, but just the sheer number of comments telling me, like, this was a great reaction. You did a phenomenal job with this one. One person said, you've been on fire with the show recently. And so I take all those compliments to heart. Thank y'all so much. I hope y'all enjoyed the one for episode 12 as well, because I feel like that was a pretty banger reaction. But I was thinking about the episode while editing and everything, and kind of to defend my thesis, if you will, for why I think that I enjoyed that episode more than episode 11 is, number one, all the lore stuff. But in addition to that, you need more than a big amount of lore to drop to really make a good episode. Compared to, I think it was Edge of the World for the Owl House, which is an episode that had maybe one of the biggest lore revelations of the entire series. But I came out of that episode thinking that wasn't a good episode because nothing else surrounding the lore drop really did anything for me. But in this last episode, in the midst of all the lore drops, we got that fight with Shadow Weaver and Catra. But I think more importantly, in that group, we got some added complexity and depth to the villains, if you will. They're essentially presenting this villain group as a second set of protagonists, even though us, the viewer, is, you know, kind of poised and prepared and kind of groomed mentally to think of the Horde as being evil. And the bad guys, we are kind of giving them equal time. Like, the lore drops were presented equally from the side of Adora and Entrapta telling Catra, right? Both sides that are diametrically opposed to each other, giving us, the viewer, the information that we want and need to know, right? So it's interesting. And then additionally, the fight with Shadow Weaver, Catra prevailing and kind of making her move with Hordak. It's just added complexity, and there's nothing I love more than complex villains. And while what's her name, Scorpia might not be the most complex character, you know, she's kind of dumb as a bag of rocks, you know, we still love her, right? And I think the fact that we have Entrapta, who we started off as being a good guy, if you will, and now is with the Horde doing her own thing, you know, it helps that we have two characters that we've already been, you know, essentially like set up to love, right? Like Entrapta being on the good guy side and like Scorpia just being like, you know, what I call her the other episode, like a herbo, like himbo energy, but for a girl. And then Catra she's Catra. I know some people have said they hated Catra when they first watched the show. Other people say she's their favorite character. She's certainly growing up the ranks for me. She might be top 3. I know it's so hard to pick. There's so many characters that I enjoy so much. Yeah, Glimmer might be falling in the ranks just a little bit just because she hasn't done much in the last couple episodes, but that's not her fault. That's just the story's fault of where they've been kind of focusing everything. But it's just kind of bringing everybody else up, so to speak. So it's not that she's falling, it's that everyone else is like catching up to her, or potentially even surpassing her. Catra certainly is very, very intriguing. We love Scorpia. I've always loved Entrapta. So hey, if there's a top 4, it's some kind of jumble of those. Glimmer, Entrapta, Scorpia, and Catra at this point. With Bo like right underneath there, or even mixed in. That's my top 5 where I stand as I'm about to finish this first season. So hey, sorry for this long intro. I felt the need to kind of just expound a little bit more. I think more so than I did at the end of the last episode, because I know I talked for a lot at the end of that one, but I feel like this is slightly different than what I said there. But regardless, let's scooch over and get ready to finish this first season. Hey, this means now that I've been watching the show for 3 months, which is great. Only 9 to go. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can, hey, be with me for the long run here. I hear the show only gets better and better. I hear season 2 is I don't want to say a bit of a weak point, but I hear it's pretty much just set up town for season 3. And then season 3 just kind of leads into the rest of the show, seasons 4 and 5. So, hey, if this next season is kind of set upville, like, stick with me. But hey, I'm sure it can't be all too bad. People, you know, basically say that, like, essentially from where I'm at, like, this point in the show, like, it just keeps going and going and getting better and better. So I'm excited to continue on. I hope you're excited to continue watching these. While you're here on YouTube, make sure you leave a like on the video as well as a comment. Let me know what you think of the reaction of this episode, of the first season as a whole. Give me some fake spoilers moving forward. And if you would like to see this and any other episode of She-Ra uncut, unedited, early, at this point, this is too early, so or 2 episodes early rather. So if you want to be 2-ish episodes ahead, feel free to head down to the Patreon link in the description below. Sign up there if you'd like to support the channel just a little bit further. But as always, I'm just glad that you're here on YouTube watching. Now, oh boy, this was a very, very long intro. I'm sorry, folks. Let us get started with She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, Season 1, Episode 13, The Battle of Bright Moon. Starting up in 3, 2, 1, go. Notably, this one is not any longer than what we have been getting for the episodes, so I don't know if we're ever going to get like a double length episode or anything like that. Or I wonder if we're even going to get the full theme song. I don't know if we've actually gotten that yet, but I think if there ever is a point where we will, it'll be here.
Whatever's happening, the horde is causing it.
The Whispering Woods are freezing over. What do we do?
Oh, yeah, I was about to say, she hasn't really glitched in a while.
Bright Moon is okay.
There's going to be a battle there, I understand.
We're on the edge.
Okay, so we do get the theme song. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go for it. It's the finale, right?
Ready to fight.
We're gonna win in the end! How's that? I know I definitely hit the high notes. What I meant to do during the Princess Prom episode, and now I have nowhere else to go for the additional 4 seasons of the show. I peaked here, folks. Catra's always in a position like that. Always like perched up somewhere. Hang on. I'm just gonna just do my best Catra for a little bit.
Yay for us, but also
This sucks.
The experiment has been more effective than I could ever have dreamed.
Oh god, is she flying with her hair?
With the black garnet functioning at
Oh no, she's just
200% power, the precarious
spinning in her chair.
equilibrium that
I can't do it
controls
with this
the
cord,
natural
but
function-
hey, what is me with all the physical comedy today?
The other elemental rune stones.
Hey, I was spinning there.
By making the black garnet more powerful,
Okay,
sapped
are we good?
power from the other princess's rune stones. It's all in my notes if you'd like to.
Wait. What was that you just said about making the other princesses
Okay.
less powerful?
Well, the
Oh.
other elemental princesses, that is. You don't have to worry about me and Scorpia. I don't have a rune stone, and Scorpia doesn't appear to have any connection to the black garnet anymore, if she ever did.
Huh?
Interesting. Okay, so not all princesses have runestones. That's interesting. So additionally, the runestones all seem to be tied to elements. I still feel like the microphone is not perfectly where it's supposed to be, but you know what? We'll deal with it. The little sound thing looks like it's doing okay. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Like plants for perfuma. I'm just going to be fiddling with this thing throughout the whole rest of the video. I'm so sorry. Why did I choose to do physical comedy today of all days on the finale? Damn it. But that's interesting. So the elemental princesses, she said. So let's see. We got plants, water, ice, which, you know, water and ice, same thing, or maybe seawater, salt water. But glimmer, I guess, what would that element be? And then Scorpia, I mean, she said she never, but it's interesting that Entrapped is saying, I don't have a runestone. So somehow she has hair powers through some device that's not a runestone. I don't think she has like little nano machines in her hair that she's controlling with her mind to making it go all wonky. I don't know. This is new still new information about the runestones after we had the big lore drops in the last one. And it's still just new stuff for me to think about and wonder, what does it mean?
And how would we make an effect like that permanent?
Well, I'd have to run more tests to know for sure, but...
Oh. Stop messing with my machines!
Get a strike team together. We're going to Bright Moon. Bright Moon? Why?
That's the bulb I just broke.
With the Whispering Woods frozen over, there's nothing stopping us.
Yeah. Oh, that might stop you for a little bit, at least. Ooh. Did we finally get to see what Angela can do? Oh no, I did I did make the prediction that Angela is highest on my list to die. I guess we'll see. Also, because I was singing during the intro, my tea tonight is green tea. Normally, I don't do caffeine at night, but you know what? It's a Friday. I'm going to party. I have college ball to watch after this. Go Cougs.
It's taking nearly all my strength just to keep my connection with it.
That cloud is coming from the fright zone.
Catra goes to Bright Moon, and Adora goes
Woods
to
are
the
frozen
Fright
over.
Zone.
There's nothing left to shield Bright Moon from the Horde. We have to prepare for an attack.
Why hasn't anyone come?
The alliance is broken, and other princesses have their own kingdoms to protect.
Yeah, they're all probably going all cattywampus, just like here. That's who? Oh, these.
Cinderella and Natasha!
I forgot they existed.
You still don't know what we do you?
Nope. Nor do I, the viewer.
Seriously? It's in the name. Net. Tassa? Nets. I toss nets, okay?
Oh, that's a power, I guess. So are then they two other princesses who don't have runestones?
It's too dangerous.
But Mom, your mom is right, Glimmer. I don't want any of you risking yourselves.
Plus, if Angela dies, we're gonna need Glimmer to take the throne.
Adora, are you okay?
No, nothing is okay right now.
What happened to you in that first one's temple?
2 episodes worth of shit.
Light Hope said that I'd endanger my friends by coming back, and she was right.
Ooh.
Everything that's happening now is my fault.
The doubt.
You got this. And we got your back.
Now get to a safe room, Glimmer. You're the designated survivor.
Welcome to the Bright Moon Armory. Well, it's not really, but
Oh.
I've been sneaking weapons and stashing them in here for months.
There's on arrows!
She's like, I've been taking them out of your quiver when you weren't looking. What did he see?
Huh?
Oh, the flail.
Mom, how'd you know we'd be in here?
Did
There's
you
a fight
really
coming?
think I wouldn't notice you were hoarding weapons.
Weapons.
I'm sorry, Mom.
Glimmer is that meme of the, what is it, the 6 and the 7 of swords from the tarot deck. It's like me absolutely twisted coming home with a handful of swords. Me waking up with a room full of swords. That's Glimmer right now.
I've been trying all these years to mold you into someone more like me, but you're too stubborn and hot-headed.
You're nothing like me.
Like your father.
Aw. Was that
This is
his?
your father's staff.
Oh, wow.
I think it's time you had it.
It's a kind of a girly looking staff, King Micah. But you know what? Not gonna complain right now.
They're here. For
You
the
do you,
honor
boss.
Of Grayskull!
Did we get the full transformation? Yeah, it looks like it. I'm just gonna... You know what? Maybe if I don't get to what the T is during the intro of the show, I can just wait for the She-Ra transformation. But then there's some episodes that just don't have it, so what do I do then? Just wait until the very end of the video? It's like, take easy, everybody. Thanks for watching. Oh, by the way, the tea I was drinking from this empty mug now was... whatever. Stay to the end to find out what kind of tea this is. Like and subscribe.
We got this, right?
Yeah, definitely.
They're gonna be sorry they ever tried to mess with Bright Moon.
I don't know. They're kind of souped up here.
Defend the castle.
Oh yeah, that sword really can do anything, huh? Oh my god. If there was that much water in there, I was like, is she standing on the water? Is it that shallow? But if it was also that shallow, that was a lot of... Oh, Catra. You did plan ahead. A She-Ra always lands on her feet, right?
I'll keep the moonstone lit in the darkness away from the battlefield as long as I can.
Don't die. Or do die so that I look like an absolute genius from a couple episodes ago. But also don't die because I don't want you to. I was gonna say, she could probably cut through that whole thing. My skimmer was cleft in twain by an 8-foot-tall lady. I was gonna say, I can still hit things good. That was a cool pose. I didn't know Glimmer had it in her. Oh. Alright, one of those magical nets right now would be... Oh, I forgot about the shield again. You know, interesting. The sword being called the Sword of Protection. Ugh. Never... Oh. She about to turn back? Hit her with a sleepy beam. Oh, there's Catra. Once again. Somebody has to have made a super cut of just every time Catra has said, "Hey, Adora."
Because now
I get to kill you myself.
myself.
So how long could she stay as She-Ra without, like, physically holding the sword?
You've accessorized. Not that it's going to help you.
Oh. Oh, hey. Oh, there's the magic net I was asking for.
Boom.
She's a little crab-like, a little lobster-like, so I guess you can say that creatures like that do have a natural weakness to nets, right? That's something.
Tired already? I thought punching was supposed to be like the one thing you're good at.
Oh,
And I
damn.
thought you were supposed to be quicker.
Damn.
There's no way you win this.
Damn. How'd she get up there so fast?
On the other hand,
I could feel that one. Ooh.
of course it's not over.
Literally gonna be death by 1,000 cuts here.
It won't be over until darkness covers Etheria forever. And it won't be over until I see the looks on your friends' faces when they find out that you failed.
Wow. What? Did she just grow, like, bigger? Ah, I feel like I could feel that too, like literal nails on a chalkboard status.
Enough! You've lost, Catra.
You sure about that?
Go back to the battle. Yeah, the battle's not just one person. Angela?
Did you really think this was about you?
That runestone is your last defense, isn't it?
Are they gonna actually destroy it? If they do, what does that mean for Glimmer? Oh no. She is gonna die. She's gonna die. I hate when I'm right. I mean, I'm not right yet, but...
So where were we?
Oh.
Yeah, I was about to punch you.
Oh, that was a transition. Guys, I'm stressed as hell watching this. That's why you should have picked it up in the first place. Come on. Okay. I mean, that's not typically how bows are used, but... Yo, can he become She-Ra? Uh-oh. Try it. For the honor of Grayskull! His voice cracks while he says it. Oh, she is not looking good. Well, it's gone dark. Damn, I don't know how long this episode's been going on. I don't want to check how much time is left. I feel...
It's over.
Not the hair being brushed out of the way. I feel like this episode's about to end. But at the same time, I feel like we just started. Is this new? Okay. Does she have Black Garnet powers now? She's not moving. She could be unconscious. Okay, nice job.
Adora?
Okay. Natasha and I do not remember the wind one's
Still
name.
fix this.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Oh. Damn, that gave me chills a little bit. Wait, is Mermista here? Yo! She came through! Okay. The one I expected the least was the first one to show. Well, that's an entrance, Seahawk.
Come on, get up!
Okay, Perfuma.
I saw the distress.
Also
Are
a
you
cool
all
entrance. I wouldn't be shocked if Frosta shows up, actually. Just because they did ruin the Princess Prom, right? As well as, I'm assuming with all of the runestones going haywire, that her kingdom's affected as well. Yeah! There we go. Oracle moment comes through. Hell yeah. Now, once again, a really fucking cool entrance.
You're right on time.
Oh. Did she unlock a new keyword?
Glimmer?
Okay, she's alive.
Mom.
She healed the runestone. Oh, looks like I had another experiment be a failure. Is she... Okay. Okay. I'll take it. Swiftwind's like, I can't teleport.
Glimmer, you're sparkling again.
She's like a Twilight vampire.
This is how it's supposed to be.
What do you say? Ready to finish this?
Ooh, everyone's gonna get another little moment. Nice. Everyone gets a screen-wide AoE wipe. Oh, that's tight as hell, actually. Oh, thank you for the nets. All right, that's a cool application, actually. I do like that. Oh, it's an airship. Yo, once again, lighting a ship on fire. Yo, the combo attacks are too good, though. Also, don't think I didn't notice Bo running on Perfuma's vines. Bo and Perfuma. Oh, everyone's glowing. Ooh. Oh, Seahawk isn't. At least Bo has his little heart thing. Oh my god, it's so gay. Happy Pride, Katra. It's not even June.
It's over. Bright Moon is saved.
Yeah! We did things together!
We did things together. Okay. Hey, nobody died. Maybe a couple Horde soldiers who were nameless grunts, but whatever. They're expendable. Aw. Ooh, how's this gonna go, though? I mean, honestly, Entrapped is not to blame here.
Experiment has failed.
On the contrary, the experiment was a huge success. I know more about First One's tech than ever.
Etheria is ours for the taking.
Very well, Force Captain Katra. You will have other chances to prove your worth to me as my second in command.
Wow. That high already. Okay. Well, that was season 1 of She-Ra. I almost said Katra and the Princesses of Power. That was season 1 of She-Ra. Normally, I feel like I would complain or just kind of be like, well, that was a bit of an ass pull. But at the very least, they've done a pretty good job of setting up the healing powers of the sword, and you know, Light Hope basically spelled it out last time that we need to unite the princesses, get everyone together in one accord, harmony, if you will. And, you know, they did that, and that's what led to the day being saved. So I'll take it just because it was set up in advance. It's not like something that just happened out of nowhere. It's like, I guess the sword can do that. Surprise. But it was nice to see some of those loose threads kind of wrapped up, like Glimmer's glitching. Glad she's back with her powers. I will say, small spoiler for the Owl House for season 2 and beyond. So I'm sure a lot of people watching this have already watched that show, but just in case, I just skip ahead like 10, 20 seconds, something like that. But at the end of season 1, Ida loses her powers, her natural magic powers, and she kind of becomes, I don't want to say less useful as the show goes on, but certainly something that was a big appeal to me is how powerful she was as a magic user in the first season. And there was just a lot less that she could do, and that means that writing-wise, as Luz became stronger, there was just less and less of a reliance on Ida. So I said all that to say that I'm glad Glimmer got her powers back, so that I think it would be interesting if, you know, as she lost her connection to the crystal, the runestone at Bright Moon, she seemed to have like kind of dark black garnet powers for a minute, and I was really wondering if whatever Shadow Weaver did to her like made her form a little bit of a connection with the black garnet. So even though she's not close by it, she still has some lingering stuff like that in her, because it definitely looked like she shot like a dark Sith lightning kind of thing from her staff at one point. So that would have been a really cool development. It doesn't look like that's the way they're going to go, because she's now been fully healed. She can teleport again. But I guess that also begs the question, now that Shadow Weaver no longer has Black Garnet powers, is there anyone who can forge a connection with the Black Garnet? I know I theorized earlier in the season that what if Katra gets like dark powers from it? especially with Shadow Weaver out the way now. And Trapta, I feel like could probably figure out a way. Hey, I've reverse engineered Shadow Weaver's crystal, and I can now give you powers if you want them. It might help. It's like, oh, and Trapta, and she just runs her fingers through her hair again because that's what she does in like every episode. And then she does it, and then we get like a dark Catra. I'm still holding on to that as a possibility, especially since they point out the fact that Scorpia definitely does not have a connection with the Black Garnet anymore, and they said like who knows if she ever even did. So somebody, I mean, that's like how I just had a bunch of like metaphors go through my head. I want to say Schrodinger's cat, smoking gun, and what else? I almost said Schrodinger's gun. That's what the Black Garnet is. Schrodinger's gun at this point. Will it or will it not come into play? That remains to be seen. Chekhov's gun. That's what I was trying to think of. Smoking gun is evidence after the fact. So the three things I mixed up in my head all at once. But I kind of like Schrodinger's gun as a turn of phrase, if you will. But yeah, that was an exciting episode that wrapped up very, very neatly, I would say. Yes, the Whispering Wood is still in shambles, as they said, but at least in Bright Moon, everything is fine. The Princess Alliance is back together. I kind of expected, however this episode went, that we would kind of spend, like I said before, I've heard that season 2 tends to be looked at as kind of set up for the rest of the show, but I was kind of expecting that early season 2 would be like reforming the Princess Alliance, like princess by princess once again, over the course of hopefully maybe fewer episodes than before. But I certainly thought that that's something that we would have to do in season 2, but nope. Doesn't look like it. It looks like everyone is on board again. Glad to see Natasa, and I feel so bad. And the only reason I remember Natasa's name is because she said, my power is in my name. Netasa. I do net stuff. And honestly, the net stuff was pretty cool. I loved that she could like capture that energy ball and essentially just Hadouken it back to the Horde. That was pretty tight. The other one has wind powers, it looked like, but I do not remember her name, and I'm very, very sorry. Feel free to let me know in the comments, because I don't even know if they said it in this one. I think Bo did. It's just they spent so much more time focusing on Natasa's name. So please let me know what her name is if it's not self-evident by the first couple episodes of the second season, which I should have watched by the time this goes live. But yeah, it was, nice, clean resolution. And it's kind of a mixed thing. Like some shows I like when there's something that happens that causes irreparable change to some character or situation. Like, trying to think what I want to compare it to. Like Owl House, like I said, at the end of season 1, there was a lot of stuff that was changed and different about the world and the characters. Whereas I feel like it's, Hordak said, you're my number 2 now, Catra, but like to us, the viewer, she was always kind of building her way up as being, once she became Force Captain, and Shadow Weaver got taken out of the picture. It's like, okay, so who else is there other than Hordak, right? That we know of, at least. So that isn't really the biggest, like, oh my god, she's the number 2 in command now. It's not really a big, like, ooh, what's gonna happen with that? Because it's like, Catra's gonna be on the same bullshit she's been on, right? So it's nothing like shockingly huge. I feel like the status quo is mostly the same as it was. Like, yes, Glimmer's healed and the Princess Alliance is back, but other than that, it's like, okay, that's stuff that I kind of figured was gonna eventually happen anyway. Maybe dock it a point or 2 for that. I certainly would say I enjoyed the last 2 episodes more than this one, even though this one had big climax, big battle energy to it. And I really, like, the highlight of it was the Catra versus Adora fight for me. That was really, really cool. And of course, we get to see like kind of the difference between them. And this has been coming up in the comments as well, because earlier in the show, I said something along the lines of, Adora's the one who's like the tactician and everything in battle, and Catra just kind of bum rushes in. But it's kind of the opposite when you're actually in battle. Outside of battle, Adora's definitely the one that plans more, but when you're actually in battle, as we saw last time and today, Catra's the one who like plans shit out, like move by move, basically. We definitely saw that, like distract Adora long enough for the Horde to kind of flank the entirety of Bright Moon and be able to just like pew pew shoot at them, right? It's like, oh, the battle is so much more than just Catra, right? But to Adora, in the heat of battle, that's kind of all she could think of. So interesting to kind of see that kind of parallel and character stuff like work its way here and still remain very in character for both of them, because it, you know, pretty much agrees with all that we've been discussing in the comments of the last couple episodes, I feel like. So that's just good writing, right? Hey, one season in and I'm loving this show. I hope you're enjoying the reactions. I feel like I've definitely clicked with the series. It took a few episodes, I'd say, but especially the last couple, I feel like have been pretty good reactions. Like, not to toot my own horn, right? But I think I'm doing okay on this show. Hey, if the comments are anything to go by, y'all seem to be liking this as well. So I think I'm done for today. Folks, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to leave a like on your way out. Don't forget to leave a comment if you haven't done so yet. Give me some fake spoilers for season 2. With all that being said, I'll catch you next week for the first episode of that season. More She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. Take it easy, everybody.